Hey there, I'm Chef Jeremy Blythe from Wiregrass Ranch High School in Wesley Chapel, Florida. I'm here with you today to make a fun and simple family dish that everybody can enjoy. We're making today loaded bacon cheeseburger cups. We made one modification. We swapped out our ground beef for our ground turkey for a little bit more health. So now I'm going to go through the steps. I'm going to show you how to make those for your family for dinner tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with an onion. I have half an onion here. It's a sweet onion. And we sliced it nice and thin. We're going to saute it. We're going to caramelize them on the stove just a little bit. So we're going to get those going while we work on other things. So actually here I have some of the bacon grease from when we cooked off the bacon and some of the fat that rendered off. And we're going to use that for caramelizing our onions. So we're going to leave it on a medium to a medium-high heat. And we're just going to let these cook down and caramelize until they're nice and golden brown. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So we can let these go while we're working on some other things. You do want to hit them with some salt and some fresh ground black pepper. Okay, so now we're going to take our ground turkey. So we're using ground turkey today instead of ground beef. A little bit healthier for you. So following kind of our mindful meals theme, we went ahead and switched it out for some ground turkey. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some fresh cracked black pepper. You don't want to be shy with the seasoning because you want to have a good amount of flavor. What we have here is 2 pounds is what we're starting with. Okay, so now that we have our salt and our fresh cracked black pepper, I've gone ahead and I've grabbed a 12-cup normal-sized muffin pan. And typically what you should do is if you have any sort of cooking spray, you want to give it a nice light coating inside each cup. I don't have any, so I actually just took a little bit of olive oil inside each one, and then just used a paper towel to rub around just to give it a good even coating. So we're going to go ahead with our turkey meat. I'm going to add a little bit of dehydrated garlic, some garlic powder. Just for a little bit more flavor. You can season these however you'd like. So if you want to spice them up or you want to add some different flavors, you can add whatever you'd like to that. So I've got my pan prepped. We do have our oven turned to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to get that turned on as we're starting to cook things as well, because you want to make sure that your oven is preheated and ready to go when you are. So I've gone ahead and put some gloves on just to keep things a little bit more clean. But I'm going to go ahead and get in here with the ground turkey now. And I'm going to work those seasonings in and make sure that the whole mixture is together and that everything is seasoned evenly. Okay, so now that we have our seasonings mixed into our ground turkey, we're going to go ahead and grab about 2 to 3 tablespoons worth of ground turkey. And we're going to set them into each of our muffin molds. We're just going to set it right in for the moment. Okay, so now that we have our turkey portioned out into our muffin pan, we're going to go ahead and with our fingers, we're going to take the turkey and we're going to push it down into the muffin pan, down into the corners, and then we're basically just going to form a little cup out of the ground turkey. So once you go through, you're going to go around from each to each one, and you're going to form just a little cup. Now this is where we're going to put some of our loaded ingredients, such as some cheddar cheese, some bacon, and then the caramelized onions. Okay, so now once you get all of your turkey cups made, your turkey burger cups, we're going to set our muffin pan aside, and we're going to go ahead and prep our filling that goes inside of them. So in this bowl here, I have 2.5 cups of a combination. It's a shredded Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese. You can use whatever types of shredded cheese that you like. If you want to use mozzarella or pepper jack, you can use those as well. And we're going to take 8 slices of cooked bacon. So I cooked this ahead of time. We're going to take those 8 slices, I'm going to set that aside there. We're going to take these 8 slices and we're just going to roughly chop them up so that they're in smaller bite-sized pieces. Okay, so now that we have our bacon chopped up, we're going to go ahead and add that to our shredded cheese. We're going to combine these two things together. combine our bacon and our cheese. And right here next to me, my onions here are just finishing up. I don't have a lot of onions, so you could always do, if you guys want to do at home, you want to customize them, and maybe each person in the family likes their burgers a little bit different. You can put different fillings inside that you'd like. It's up to you, or you just make them, make them this way. You can use turkey bacon as a substitute, but we went for the real thing because we substituted the beef for the ground turkey. So we're going to take our turkey cups, we're going to bring them back over here to the cutting board. And then I've got my onions here, just so you can kind of see now that they're nice and golden brown, and they've caramelized and cooked down until they're nice and soft. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to place just a little bit of onion in the bottom of each one. Okay, so now once we have our onions placed inside of the turkey cups, we're going to go through and we're going to equally distribute our cheese and our bacon mixture amongst all 12 of these cups. You can kind of use the spoon to go in here if some of the turkey meat settled. You can go in and kind of reform some of these cups so you don't have to get your hands dirty once you take your gloves off or once you've washed your hands. So we're just going to do that here really quick just to make a little bit more room. And now we're going to take our shredded cheese and bacon mixture. We're going to go and add it into each one. You want to try and keep it as neat and tidy as you can. Okay, so as you're going through and you're putting your cheese and your bacon mixture in your turkey cups, don't be afraid to fill them up good and high, because as the cheese melts, it's going to settle down, and you want there to be a good proportion of filling to the turkey meat. So don't be afraid to kind of pile it on there. It's going to look like a lot, but it will kind of melt down. You should be able to evenly distribute all 2.5 cups of cheese and 8 strips of bacon amongst all 12 of these bacon cups. And I gotta say, my dog smells the bacon for sure. My little kitchen helper here, he's back here at my feet because he's just waiting for me to drop something. Okay, so once these are ready and you've topped all of your guys off with cheese, you've filled everybody up, we're going to go ahead and throw them in our 400-degree oven for approximately 15 to 18 minutes. It's all going to depend on the oven that you have at home, so you'll have to watch them. But we're going to go ahead and throw them in the oven now. So these are ready to go. Okay, so after mine took about 16 to 17 minutes. Those last 2 to 3 minutes of that, I actually turned the broiler on and I let the tops get nice and golden brown and let the cheese get all nice and bubbly. So we're ready to plate. So as a healthy side dish option for tonight with our loaded burger cups, we went with a roasted sweet potato. So I just tossed these with some olive oil, salt, pepper, and roasted them in the oven along with these. And now we're gonna take these out of the muffin pan. You wanna be very, very careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a nice, a large serving spoon to kind of get underneath. And you might want to have, I got some wadded up paper towel here aside to kind of drain off some of the excess liquid. And it's not really fat, it's just a lot of water in turkey. So just to kind of help us absorb that a little. So once we've got them off to the side here on the paper towels, we got some of the excess liquid drained off of them. We're going to pick them up and put them onto our plate. And then some of the garnish that I have for the tops of them is some fresh chives that we're going to snip using some kitchen scissors. And then I've got some ranch dressing that I've made here with some sour cream and some ranch dressing powder. And then I've got some fresh chopped bread and butter pickles. You can use whatever pickles that you like. If you like just kosher dill or whatever. We like the bread and butter, so we're going to use those for tonight. So once you have your loaded burger cups on your plate, you're going to grab a few pieces of the chopped bread and butter pickles and place them on top of each one. And then we're going to take our ranch, and we're going to drizzle over the top of each one. Okay. And just as a finishing touch, I'm going to take some of these fresh chives that I have over here with a pair of kitchen shears, and we're just going to snip some off right on top of each one. Just gives them a nice little finished freshness right on top. If you're not familiar with chives, they have just like a very light, subtle onion flavor. So now that we are all plated and garnished, here you have your meal. We have our loaded turkey burger cups with bacon, cheddar cheese, caramelized onions, house-made ranch, and pickles. Enjoy!